Thank you for dropping by, Meep. Let's do this as gouache, the water-based paint. cabin or happy little trees. There will be no cabins, that's for sure. We will have quite a bit of trees. Don't know about their happiness levels though. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Barbara certainly is great. We don't beat the devil, but we wipe the devil out of the brush. Gently. Titanium. This is actually a zinc white. I don't have titanium white. I prefer the zinc white. Nice. I like it. I like it a lot. It's great. Anyhow. Anyhow, moving on. Avertag, hello, good morning. I'm doing pretty good. Thank you. As you can see, we're starting a new landscape. A new landscape. So we'll see how things will escalate. But so far so good, I think. Into Germany, right? Yes. Germans are nice people. I mean, in general, sure. It's, you know, like, just like anywhere. I'm sure you can find people that are not that nice. But I guess the average German is pretty nice. Yes. Haven't had I haven't had any bad encounters with Germans. At least I can't think of any. So, you've never met a German that wasn't nice. Exactly. Because you got a new job and you'll be moving there next month. Ooh, exciting. Well, first of all, congratulations. Second of all, I'm sure it's going to be great. I really want to try painting, only ever worked with graphite. I would highly advise you to give painting a go. It obviously is going to be sort of different than graphite work, but in ways it might be more liberating, gives you more freedom, more possibilities. You heard I don't really have a sense of humor. I don't think that's the case, no. You know, there are obviously certain subjects that you might not want to touch. Um, but like overall, especially when it comes to the like at this point, I guess the younger generation. Um, no, they're just regular people, you know, having fun, enjoying themselves. We have this one individual from Germany here, and they are. I mean, everything is a joke. I don't know if they're ever serious, or at least it doesn't feel like it. So it's gonna be fine. Everything is a joke except their food. That's true. The food is never a joke. The young generation needs a good slap. Why? Is it because they're different than the previous generation? Just like it has been over centuries and centuries that have passed? That people are forever changing and being different? The more info you have, the better. Yeah, I mean, I think for the most part, the stuff that I guess you sort of read on the interwebs and the sort of like stereotypes that you get when it comes to Germans, I would say just sort of put them aside. Like that is create your own if you wish when you're there, but like as far as the things go that people say online about Germans, I'm not sure if that's the most accurate piece of information. So so there is that. Also, I guess depending where you come from and the type of upbringing that you had, like Germans might come across a little reserved maybe at first, but that's I think common for a lot of European countries. No respect anymore. I'm not sure if I agree with that. Well, respect in what sense? I think that's been like that always. There will always be some people who won't respect others when it comes, let's say, to the new generation. But it's also, the young generation might be challenging the older generation with their ideas and their beliefs. And, for the older ones, that might come across as disrespectful. How dare you? Challenging the things that I think. But maybe it's more about, you know, opening opening your mind to new things and not really being bitter about the fact that the younger generation or any other generation is different than you. I think part of being human is accepting the fact that different people will think differently. You're nice, people are nice back in most cases. Simple basics work everywhere. Simply don't be a dickhead. Loop. Words of wisdom. Words of wisdom. You got a good slap if you mouth off when you were younger. Well, I'm sorry that your upbringing was like that. What can I say? Doesn't sound too pleasant. I don't think we have any political discussions here. Just discussing people being people. You're excited to finally be able to speak German on a daily basis. You love the language. That is good. You already have the language knowledge and you're excited, like you're already on the best possible track. Like that is great. No, that's true, Dapper. You know, there are limits to everything, and some people might tend to push those limits maybe a little bit too far, where technically you can't really say anything without upsetting someone, because you sort of need to acknowledge all the possibilities, which, you know, doesn't ever happen. Like, there's no way you can do it. We would have conversations that last 5 years if that was the case. So you do have to sort of apply like common sense to a lot of the things that you hear, because people will simply assume that, you know, you're a logically thinking individual, and you know, you understand that if I say I like cats, it does not mean that I wish death upon all the other animals, you know? It just means I like cats. And some people might push it a little bit and think, oh, she likes cats, but what about all the other creatures? Well, it's about cats right now. The other creatures, they're cool. They can chill. It's about cats. So, you know, that's a bit much in my opinion. But luckily that is not everyone. And yes, like as I guess when it comes to the internet, there is a chance that those people might be the loudest and might be more pushy, thus making it seem like everyone is like that. Whereas for the most part, people are normal and chill, and you know, they make reasonable, logical choices and they think logically, so it's fine. It's fine. I just don't think it's productive to throw everyone in the same box, you know? Like, people are certainly more aware of certain things, and it's not a bad thing at all, you know? Things are changing quite at a rapid pace, and I don't think that we're going in a bad direction. But like with everything, you know, when you push things to the extreme, it does more harm than good. Well, they did accept it, and it's gonna be implemented starting from 2021, 2020, I think. I think they gave it like 2 years to sort everything out, but it's accepted. Going down. I'm pretty sure. I mean, you might want to fact check that, but I feel like I remember correctly. Yes, it's like exactly. Like, in theory, let's say in theory, the idea at the very base, at the very, 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 very base, might be decent. Maybe it's sparked somewhere. Obviously, it has, you know, other reasonings, but in theory, maybe it's sparked from a good place, you know, because it's been described as, you know, something that will protect creators and, you know, give credit when credit's due, and, you know, sort of other people won't use the works that are created by other individuals. But it's not really something that can be properly applied on the interwebs. Like, it works in real life, that's fine. But on the ye old interwebs, where once, you know, once you have something out there, it's yours, but is it really yours at this point? You know, like, everyone has access to it, and in theory, everyone can use your stuff with not that many consequences, unless, you know, you take actions and whatever. But it's just a little bit much. What's up? Thank you. Am I painting from a reference? I have like a, I will call it a reference sketch, where I basically have like blotches of of color that I quickly shoved together in Photoshop, and I'm using like the overall composition that I have there as a reference. As far as like the clouds go and the detailed stuff, that is just whatever my mind comes up with, that is what I create. But I have like a, you know, like a pre-colored sketch thing that I use to, you know, see where I want to put things. They have started changing doors on your floor. Please speak up so I can hear you over the grinding noises. Fuck. Ooh. I'm sorry, undisclosed username. However, you will get a brand new door, hopefully. Or maybe they will just tear a hole in the hallway. And that's it. Now it's going to be a communal walking place. No more privacy. Let's just rip all the doors down. Do I ever sketch and then ink drawings? Yes. I used to do that, like only that, for a decent chunk of time. I would only work with ink. Recently, what's the most recent ink thing that I've done? I did something. Can't remember. Something in my sketchbook, probably. And then before that, I did Inktober, which was hell. But you know, fun hell. Still hell. A brand new door plus higher rent to compensate for the new fancy doors. Wow. Those better be some awesome ass doors. At what point did you go from being a noob at drawing slash painting to being able to actually draw paint? That's a good question because I've always painted. It's been something that I enjoyed doing, so it's been like a gradual sort of climb. It's, you know, it's hard to tell. Like I dived more into the whole drawing painting world sort of 6 years ago, something like that. I took it more seriously and more intensely. But yeah, I mean it's it's hard to tell really. Yeah, there is the 10,000 hour rule. Like for instance, when it comes to like watercolors, which I had never really properly used. I did not know how to use them and what to do with them. I started I started with this. This was my first watercolor piece, like that I actually tried, like to do it properly. This was all I could do, which you know, I mean, still for some might be great. For me, I was like, yeah, I mean, it doesn't look bad, but I you know, I'm not confident with this medium at all. I don't know what I'm doing. It's sort of mess. It's a mess. And then from there, let me grab something more recent. Okay, just a second. I will grab something more recent. So I went from that to like this sort of stuff within a year. But that was like a year where I was only working with watercolors. This is the most recent piece, but that's that's after a year when I took a break from watercolors and I switched to gouache. This is a bit like I didn't have as much faith in my ability as, like, let's say I did here. Because here I knew what I was doing, and then a year went by and I was just working with gouache, and this is like me getting back into watercolors. And you know, I had like a little less confidence. I can still pull it off, but it wasn't as great as it could have been. Whereas like gouache stuff, I'm feeling pretty confident with it. When I first started, it wasn't that great. It was also a little weird and wonky. And now it's, you know, I know how to blend it. It's like, it takes me around half a year to like get into the medium, and then a year to get decent at it. So, what was the question even? I don't know. Anyhow. Callum, hi. How long I've spent on my first watercolor? Oh, I don't remember. But that was like, it probably took me like one whole stream to do that. That is not a good, decent measure of time. But, you know, it took me a while because I didn't know what I was doing. And things still take time for me. Maybe even longer than they did back then, because at this point I know that you can't rush these things if I want to get to the result that I want to see. Because there are, you know, different techniques when it comes to watercolors. You can do like wet on wet, and that requires for you to be quite quick and, you know, just lay the paint on, let it do its thing, bam, shazam, it's ready. Whereas I like to, you know, take my time, do my little thingy things. I am painting like a nice green greenery, a little bit of water, some reflections, you know, nice and summery. Yeah, well, there is improvement. That's it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Just that these things, they take time, you know. And hopefully within like the next 6 years, you know, I will go from this to something higher. Hopefully. Obviously, I guess the more you paint and the more you learn, you sort of come to the conclusion that there is so much more, and you will never know everything and you will never have all of the knowledge. And also, I find that sort of the improvements, you can see them, like it's harder to spot the little things that you're getting better at. Because, you know, at first when you go from not knowing what you do to then getting a hang of it and being like, oh yeah, actually I know how to control some of these things. Like you can see the difference so much more than, let's say, if I compare whatever I paint today to something I will paint within the next 6 months, chances are the difference ain't gonna be that big, if any. So that can sometimes be a little bit like, ooh, are things stagnating? Am I like actually getting better? Am I improving? Am I getting worse? Do I even know what I'm doing? There is so much more that I haven't even tried and that I haven't done. You know, it gets a little bit much. But it's all fine. Keep your cool, it's gonna be fine. I should go through a graffiti spray can stage. I have done spray can stuff. You see, it's fun, but it also stinks and it's messy. And it's not for me. It's just, you know, there are people who can do it and that's great, but it's not for me. I like my brush, I like my little details, and you can't really get details with spray cans. Well, I mean, unless you fit like certain things on them, like different nozzles, whatnot. But still, you ain't gonna get that level of detail that I crave. So graffiti, not for me. You want the garage you don't care about for graffiti practice, that as well, yes. It's messy stuff. Now you're back into charcoal and pastels. That's nice. For me, there was a pretty long period of time when I was only working with soft pastels. It was great. I enjoyed it, but the mess. The mess is always there. And then you spray everything with like heaps of fixative spray and just hope for the best that maybe things don't rub off. It was interesting, you know, the color blends you could get with the soft pastels. Pretty amazing, like creating the most glorious sort of space nebula type of scenes. Oh, so good. Very difficult to get it done with, like, let's say gouache, because it requires so much blending. With soft pastels, it's like a little bit of color here, a little there, you smudge it together, boom, a nebula is just born on your paper. Congratulations, you're a parent now. Ah, great times. No, no, I'm not a graffiti anything. You got out of shower and there was a spider with 7 legs. With 7 legs? Oh no. Will you give the poor spider um a little balance stick? What is it called? What is a balance stick called? A little, you know, something he can hold and balance. He doesn't fall over when walking. A walking stick, that's the one. A little balance stick. Give him a walking stick. You thought you'd draw a horse, but things unexpectedly took a downward turn. I don't think this is a downward turn. This is a great turn. That looks epic. That is so cool. Much, you know, I would say this is much better than just a regular ass horse. This is like 20 times better. It's looking fun and exciting and interesting. I like that. Jumping spiders. Not sure about that. Peacock spider. How about just regular peacocks? Let's have some bird drawings. This time, definitely feel free to share the picture. We actually also had like a crazy rain shower this morning. Hey, that looks nice. Such a big rainbow, bloody hell. That's a nice picture. Or a nice set of pictures, more like. It was huge. It looks massive. A little yawn. Double rainbow all the way. No rain here, but the fog has been stupid thick. Stupid thick fog. There is something about foggy weather, just fog in general. That's quite nice. A little calming, a little peaceful. Slightly terrifying, but mostly calming. I find it terrifying at night though, with the street light because of the Exorcist poster. I don't know what that poster looks like, so I think it looks nice and peaceful. See, that's why I don't watch horror movies. So they wouldn't fuck up all the things that I enjoy in life. the scariest film of all time. That is a very broad statement. Not a broad, a bold statement. That's the one. Does it really deliver? I'm not sure. I don't know. I kind of like the poster. Like it would if it wouldn't have the letters on it, if it just would be that picture. A part of me, maybe mine is the man. The man is not my favorite. That's not my favorite type of man. But like overall, I would love that as like a framed just picture. I like how there is the light coming from the window. Like I like the fence and the lamppost, and ooh, it just looks really nice. Why would anyone want to go through that? That's a question that I would want to ask as well. Why? It's just, like caring yourself. Why do you need that? But I guess some enjoy the, I don't know, the adrenaline rush, maybe? Question mark? Well, thank you. I wanted to ask you, Smurf, do you have a favorite horror movie? I mean, I'm just assuming that you like horror movies. Maybe you've said that you do. I can't remember. I'm sorry, I can't remember. But what is your favorite? If this hasn't aged well. You have a favorite horror game? Horror game? Silent Hill. Oh, I have heard of Silent Hill. I know that there was a movie. I haven't seen it. Mako Music. Hello. Yes, this is Gouache. And Savannah, thank you so much for the host. Thank you and hello. Welcome. How are you? Thank you. There is still a long way to go, but we're getting there. Things are slowly coming to life, dare I say. Well, Mako, thank you. Thank you so much. Is Silent Hill um the one where there are weird creatures living in the caves or the rocks or whatever, and then the family their car breaks down or something. Is that the one? Or is that a different kind of movie? Maybe I'm mixing things up. All right, Savannah. Well, thank you for the host then. Enjoy your food. Depends on the horror for you. Psychological stuff like The Shining or Hannibal are good, but stick for you days after. With gory stuff just to be gory, you're not interested. Okay, I see. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, The Shining is still on my list, on that never-ending list of movies, but it's there. Haven't taken it off. Actually, best horror movie was one called Scary Movie from about 1995. That an actual scary movie, or is that like some sort of comedy slash parody type of thing? Or trying to look it up, and I'm not sure if I'm finding it. Oh, gee. I looked up scary movie from 1995. There is like a massive list of movies. Bloody hell. How many scary movies can there be created in one freaking year? And all of the posters look equally weird. There is one called Blood and Donuts. The hell? Who came up with that title? Blood and Donuts. Right. Terrifying. I'm terrified from that title alone. Well, Shava, hi, hello. And the classic monster ones like Friday the 13th or Texas Chainsaw are great too. Hmm. Friday the 13th, is that the Freddy Krueger? Or is that not the one? Oh no, maybe that was Nightmare on Elm Street? Shows my great knowledge of scary movies and movies in general. Scary movie, parody of all the scaries. Okay. Okay. 13 is Jason Voorhees. Okay, let me look that up. I don't know who Jason. Oh, the dude with the face thingy thing. Okay. Yeah, that looks a little odd. That's an odd mask. The new for the new horror movies, Get Out was good, and The Witch. I saw Get Out, I really liked it. That was the kind of movie that I liked. That is the kind of like, I wouldn't call it horror. It's like psychological. Yeah, it's psychological horror, I guess. I like that type of stuff. Um, have not seen The Witch though. There was even a crossover movie called Freddy vs. Jason. I'm kind of intrigued to know who won, if there was a winner at all. I don't think we can consider that as a spoiler. That movie probably came out like a decade ago at least, so spoilers are not relevant anymore. You're excited for It Chapter 2? Huh. I've never seen the clown movies. There's like a million Jason movies. Well, I mean, if people like them. Found your favorite film. It was called Scream. The scary movie was a parody. Oh, oh, I know. Well, I know Scream as like I guess a character. Obviously, haven't seen it, but that's the weird mask, the long one. There's a Jason movie where he ended up going to space. Wow. Jason and his fun adventures in space. Terrifying. Space is actually quite kind of terrifying in itself. You know too much random movie knowledge for your own good. Oh, that's fine. It's nice to have like a bit of movie trivia. Good information to have. I have not, no. 1-8. I think the first Alien film is your favorite of all time. Hmm. I have seen some. I think I have seen some Alien films. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Well, I have seen some stuff, and there is the list of movies for a reason. Like on that list, I put the movies that I am intrigued about. I haven't necessarily seen them, but I'm intrigued. Intrigued enough to put it on the list. Um, so what can I say? What can I say? You know, it's just, yeah, well, it's a long list at this point. It'll take me a while to get through. Manny, hello, how are you? There is this one scary, well, scary movie, horror movie, whatever. Sadly, I can't remember the name of it, but Vito showed me the trailer to that movie like it was a while back. Sadly, I can't remember, but it was this. I I guess maybe no, it wasn't post-apocalyptic. What kind of scenario was that? There was this weird zone that appeared, I guess, and in that zone, all kinds of mutations happened, and there were like mutant bears and shit. And in the trailer, there was this bear that like devoured a person, but it didn't really look like a bear, it just looked like a freaking demon type of thing. I can't remember the name of that movie, but he showed me the trailer to that, and he was like, "I would like to watch that." And I was like, "I don't know, I don't know if I want to watch that, but it does look intriguing." So, no Game of Thrones dog. I haven't seen the Game of Thrones yet, so you can be disappointed. That's fair, but the dome. Maybe let me look up the dome. The dome. Oh wait, that's a TV series. Dome, the dome. Is that the one? don't know. Maybe let me look up something. Oh no, press ferret. Oh my goodness, no, no, wait, that's not the one. Is it the one? No, Anna. How do I pronounce that? An annihilation? Annihilation. Annihilation, is that the one? It looks like the one. Yeah. How do I pronounce that? Annihilation? I guess that's how I will pronounce it. That's the movie. Yeah. Anyhow. Just successfully distracted me from art. Thanks. Great. Well, I needed to find a movie and I found it. It's called Annihilation. If I'm pronouncing it correctly, it's from 2018. It's. I don't know. I don't know how it is. But that's sort of, I guess, the scary stuff that I might watch. Maybe. We'll see. Don't know. Certainly would not watch that on my own. Under any circumstances. You and scary movies don't do well together. You're more of a drama slash romantic type. That's totally cool. Oh my goodness, just poke the freaking screen with a brush. Yeah, it doesn't have like the highest ratings. So I don't know. Like that's the thing. It's kind of hard to predict. I find a lot of movies aren't really that scary anymore. Well, I mean, maybe if you build up certain level of tolerance. What I personally hate is, the jump scare part. I hate it. I just don't find it exciting in any way, shape, or form. Just nerve-wracking and unnecessary. You watched a lot growing up. I mean, if you enjoyed them. Movies you're fine, with games you can't do. Oh yeah, I like in games you get so invested into the whole thing. Especially if you have like headphones on, everything, and the sound is like going all around you. Like, heck no. Heck no. It is fun to watch other people play scary games though. That's fun. That's exciting. Maybe if they're not like, if they're constantly screaming, that's a bit much on the ye old ears. But other than that, it can be very entertaining because you can always look away. Scary games where the camera shakes and moves around a lot makes you more dizzy than scared. Yeah, well, it's just, I don't know. But like, I think in games, a lot of the times, well, also in movies, like there is like they're building up you from not really, like there isn't really much happening because, but like, what am I even saying? There isn't really much happening in the game, but because something is gonna happen at some point, it just like you know, I don't want to say hype yourself up. There is no hype, but you just freak yourself out just by simply thinking about the fact that something could happen at any given moment. And thus, when something does actually happen, it's like freaking the roof falls off. Whereas, like, let's say in a normal situation, maybe you would, you know, have a little like, oh, what did just happen? Something jumped out of somewhere. So, you know. Um, Playing them with other people is great fun too. That's nice. It's always nice to have someone with you. Oh, this is, you see, I like this. This is great. Remove the man. The man is not there. Perfect. Perfect. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's a great edit. VR games really scare the crap out of you. I don't know how people can do VR. But then again, I can't even do like a regular three-dimensional game because I will puke. So to me, like someone doing the VR with the freaking goggles on and everything, like hell no. Hell no. Do you want me to puke on your machine? Sure. Other than that, I don't want to be anywhere near that thing. It just doesn't sound like fun at all. Um, the dog's weird behavior in Fallout 4 was scary. Suddenly, when you were sneaking, he just ran towards you from the corner of your eye, sending skeletons flying in your face with a loud noise. I really haven't seen much of the Fallout 4 gameplay. I think Vito was playing it for a while, but he prefers the New Vegas. He plays that. We're back to the puking. No, 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 we're not. We're not back to the puking. No puking is happening. Have you ever played The Journey? No. There aren't many games that I play. I've tried a couple, and at this point it's like Terraria and Risk of Rain are the only two that I actually enjoy playing. Mostly Terraria. You play a VR game and this freaking robot spider jumped at your face. You pooped a little, almost. Great. But don't you get like very disorientated when you had the VR thing on? Like how you do need to move around, right? You do need to, how do you understand where the fuck are you like in actual world? How do you not trip over things, and are you like strapped in a chair unable to move? I don't know. Yeah, I have watched Video play New Vegas so many times. It is great. Like I enjoy just watching him play. Personally haven't played it, but I mean, I feel like I have gotten some part of the the game experience. That's nice. Um, Trick is to look around very slowly, at least it is for you, otherwise you get motion sickness in no time at all. Literally 10 seconds and you feel like puking. Like that doesn't sound great. I mean, it's definitely a cool concept. Like it is pretty damn epic. that we can be put in a different reality just by simply putting a headset on, you know. But it comes at a cost. You think the issue with the VR headsets is usually the flicker of the screen so close to your eyeballs? If they solve that, it should be a better VR experience. Yeah, but how do they solve it? Because the screen has to be, it just has to be there. Like, what else can you really do? I mean, maybe there is an option. I'm no expert in that area, as you can probably tell. What am I painting? Oh, it's gonna be a landscape, a little summery green thing, a summery green thing. A little bit of a lake here, you know, greenery, trees, bushes, that type of stuff. Nothing crazy. It looks like a valley. It's not a valley. Yes. Just like you said, it's not a valley. You know what probably would be a pretty cool VR experience? Obviously, those things don't necessarily mix, but the, what are they called? The no, the water, the water bucket, the water pool, where the sleep, no, sleep deprivation tank, no, some sort of deprivation tank. Was it, what kind of deprivation tank? What does it deprivate? Oh my goodness, what is it? Anyhow, in that tank where you know you just float in water. Sensory deprivation, that's the one. Thank you. Like, let's say in a sensory deprivation tank where you're just floating around and then you have the VR thing on and maybe you can travel like through space and I don't know, they show like you flying through freaking nebulas and whatnot. That would be epic. I would maybe sign up for that. Although, what if you freak out and then you start drowning? And also the fact that the VR thing, you know, like it needs to be water, no water, no water, no water, whatever. Water resistant, that's the one. Um, but that would be cool. Other than that, I don't know. Can't think of a situation where I would want to put it on. Put on VR helmet, turned off. Put a tablespoon of salt in your mouth. Instant sensory deprivation. Why the heck would you want a tablespoon of salt in your mouth? Describes wonderful experience and talks of drowning. Well, you need to sort of think about that as well. You never know what can go down. Everything can go down in theory. Yeah, but the salt concentration there is so high, like unless you start rolling around, which is not advised because that means the salt will also get in your eyeballs, and as a no-go. I don't think you should get the salty water in your mouth. It's not like you're splashing there and, you know, diving and jumping from the edge into the pool and being like, heck yeah, look at my water cannonballs. These are gently slide in there, like, whew, just slide. Close your mouth, close your eyes, and just slide. Well, it could be that there is like this quite a bit of saltiness in the air surrounding it. If or if you float, you must be a witch. Yes, let's just burn everything that floats. My sense of exploration, it's not there. Have I seen any Studio Ghibli? Don't know how to pronounce that. No, I have not. I'm aware of some of the movies. I have seen the visuals and they are pretty damn stunning, but I have not seen any of them. At least as far as I'm aware. Chai is constantly salty. That is not the case. Maybe sometimes. Maybe we have elevated salt concentration at times. Those times are very limited, you know? For the most part, we only have sugar. We're all sugar boys here. Sugar boys, that's our band name, okay? Let's make a band. Let's be sugar boys. Unless that name is already taken, which could be the case. Sounds like a great boy band. Sugar Boys. My clowns remind you of the painting style that they do in those movies. Always loved that style. Okay, well, thank you. I will take that. I mean, what kind of movie from that studio would you suggest? What movie would you suggest? Because, as I said, I haven't seen any. I don't know. It should be men. No, we're gonna be sugar boys. You like it or not, we're gonna be sugar boys. All of them. Well, all of them is it's a good answer, but that is not a viable option right now. Just one. Sugar dads. Ooh, sugar dads. We're not dads though. Some of us are. Some of us, as if I'm a dad. Well, technically, maybe a little bit to some. Um. All right, Smurf. Well, thank you for being here. Have a wonderful rest of your day and see you some other time, hopefully. Um, Princess Monoki and Howl's Moving Castle. Some of us are technically dads is a great band name. It is. Okay, let me look up those movies. Princess Monoki. I'm probably butchering that name. I'm sorry. Ooh, there is a doggo, or like a wolf, a doggo wolf. I like doggo wolves. And other creatures. And she's covered in blood. Is she like a monster killer? Who is this lady? Why is there so much blood? Anyhow. Spirited Away. Oh, I have heard of that one. Spirited Away. I mean, the visuals do look very pretty, I have to say. There's a scene where the main character exits a building on a long staircase, and it looks amazing. I wish you could paint like that. Well, I'm sure with enough years of practice, you might be able to nail it down. But, you know, things like that are tricky, especially staircases. That's some sort of video of Monty Python. I'm not gonna click on that. Dos, hello. Thank you, thank you. How are you? Well, welcome then. Oh, that looks very pretty. I mean, I can see why people enjoy those movies. Well, why are you googling spiders? Why? Also, people, I will take a quick break. I'll be right back to continue with the clouds. So, be right back. Don't walk away and get lost, okay? Be right back. or watch Arachnophobia. You're not scared of spiders, but even that movie makes you second guess everyday decisions. Well, I hadn't even heard of that movie. Not gonna lie, I hadn't heard of it. I don't mind spiders at all. They're just creatures crawling around, doing spider things. Maybe they're in my shoe. Maybe they're in this lampshade I'm trying to turn on. Maybe they're in my cereal. Yeah, there is a chance. Where am I from? You like my accent? Well, thank you. I'm from Latvia. Very thank you. Okay, are you feeling better? Or are things still pretty shitty? Wow, nutritious. But as long as you can keep that down. Do you have to listen to music when you do art? Or to load up a playlist when you draw? Well, when I'm streaming, I prefer having nothing. There was a long time when I did listen to music, but as of right now, I like the silence. Other than that, when I'm working on things off stream, oopsie daisy, I'm sorry. There is a chance that I will have some sort of music playing, or maybe like a podcast or some sort of background noise. Really depends on what I'm feeling. Okay. I think more or less I'm happy with the sky. A little blending here. Hello. Thank you. How are you? Okay, I did. I did do some intense sky drawing. Now we need to continue with some intense the rest of it. Some of your favorite music or art lately has been those lo-fi YouTube streams. Oh yeah, those I guess can be pretty cool. Just like relatively simple beat and something for the background. I'm doing pretty good, thank you for asking. Let me grab some more color. What kind of paint I'm using? This is gouache. That's what I prefer. This is the one. It's basically like opaque watercolor. It's also water based, and in theory you can use it like watercolors if you really want to, but it's supposed to be like, you know, like crazy opacity. Yeah, it's a weird word. Someone recommended it to you and you've been looking everywhere for wash. It's fair enough. Dapper, hey. Some things take time, be patient. Green is pretty nice. Everything's green. Everything's just green. Actually, I might switch the brushes. Oh, oh no. Oh no. I did get this brush. Got a new brush. It has like, it has the same point as the Pentel Aquash brushes that I always use and that always people ask what the hell those are. So I got just a regular brush that has a nice point. I mean, I could go, it might be, it's too small for this area. I will save this layer for the details. I do need something smaller because this here is a little of a, like, it's a mess. An art loot crate? What do you mean by that? What art loot crate? I just ordered it together with the paints because I needed something so I can have free shipping. And like I was so close to free shipping, so I thought, you know what? Let's get a brush. So I got a brush, had my free shipping, wonderful times. You know, now I have a brush. It's great. It's great. A loot crate is in a game is where the game developers get you to buy additional content with real money for a virtual item. Huh. Well, but I got a real item. So it's a real life loot crate where you actually get the thing. Sounds way better than the virtual version, to be completely honest. Oops, sorry. Real money, real loot. That's true, yes. Well, I mean, the best kind of loot maybe would be no real money, but just the loot in real life. But you know, that can't really be achieved. Smurf left. He had things to do. He left a while ago. Yeah, he had the seven-legged spider. Okay, so the chat is working because I got one of those messages here in the chat as per usual where it says welcome to the chat room, which means that for a while, I mean, you see, maybe no one is typing anything, but maybe someone is typing something. There is no way how I can figure it out. Because sometimes Twitch just doesn't show anything. It's nothing. We're all alone. I have to say, I'm like